Leaders in the world of Texas politics paused to pay tribute to a political pioneer. A funeral in Dallas honored longtime Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson. Johnson died on New Year's Eve at the age of 88. She retired just months earlier after spending nearly 40 years serving the public. As Phil Prazen shows us, family, friends, and political leaders said goodbye to Johnson, but not to her legacy.
Nurse, state lawmaker, regional health director, and ending her career as the chair of the House Science Committee. Eddie Bernice Johnson shaped policy and people from Washington, D.C. to Austin. Former Mayor Ron Kirk, Harris County Commissioner Rodney Ellis, and State Senator Royce West described her as their political mother, showing them the ropes as young public servants.
Our matriarch has gone on. A matriarch is a person that has wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Proverbs. Eddie Bernice Johnson did that.
Johnson's legacy will live on in the 2024 presidential election. President Biden and Vice President Harris will campaign on the CHIPS Act in part. That came through Johnson's Science Committee.
As the first woman and the first Black person to chair the House Science Committee, she worked to make sure that every young person in our nation, no matter who they are or where they live, can realize their ambition and aspiration and pursue a career in STEM.
One of the first people to honor her Tuesday, her longtime friend and former president, Bill Clinton.
And in 1992, when we went to Washington together, she was one of my closest allies for 8 years. I'm so thankful that I had the chance to get to know her, to get to work with her, and to become her friend.
House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries told a story about his first meeting of the Congressional Black Caucus. He now stands as one of the most powerful members of Congress.
So thankfully, I caught Eddie Bernice's eye, and she said, "Sit right down next to me, young man." And that's exactly what I did for years to come, getting the benefit of her wisdom, her warmth, her welcoming spirit.
That was Phil Prazen reporting from Dallas. On Wednesday, Johnson was laid to rest in Austin at the Texas State Cemetery. That's one of the highest final honors for a Texan, reserved for those who've made a significant impact on the state. Family and friends said their last goodbyes at the ceremony, while Texas lawmakers reflected on the path she paved for them.
She leaves behind such a big legacy. It's going to take a lot of people to fill her shoes, but the most important thing that we can do is to remember her and to be challenged to give and to do more for the constituents that we represent while we have a chance.
Johnson was one of the founders of the Texas Legislative Black Caucus. In May of last year, lawmakers in both chambers honored her at the Texas Capitol for her decades of service. Thank you again for joining us for State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle, and we'll be back next week to bring you an in-depth look at Texas politics.